Labor Day as the Pittsburgh Pirates get ready to take on the Atlanta Braves at PNC Park. And, of course, the festivities from yesterday, people still talking and really gawking at this beautiful statue of Bill Mazeroski hovering around Mazeroski Way to see the new statue. And it's just a spectacular day in the city of Pittsburgh. Hope you're enjoying your Labor Day weekend as the Pirates get ready to host the Atlanta Braves in the first of a three-game series. Greg Brown along with Bob Walk. Unfortunately, Bob, Pirates didn't play great for Maz yesterday, so they dropped 2 of 3 from the Washington Nationals. But now they look to play the role of spoiler, and if they are going to do that against the Atlanta Braves, they're probably going to rely on their core 3 players who continue to sparkle.
Yeah, they continue to get the hits, even though they didn't score a lot of runs yesterday. They got their knocks, as always, and Pedro got the ball over the fence. Another home run from Pedro. They seem to be coming in clumps. He'll hit 2 or 3, and then he'll go a while. Well, he hit this one yesterday. I'm betting he hits a couple more before we go on the road.
Well, that one traveled a long way, about 450 feet, so good news for the Pirates that Pedro Alvarez may be going to get hot for this month of September. As we mentioned, the Atlanta Braves, they're in a playoff fight for Bobby Cox in his last year as the skipper. Here we see the look at the standings in the National League East. The Atlanta Braves come to town with a 1-game lead over the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah, and it's not a slam dunk that they're even going to be in the playoffs. If you look at the wild card race, Giants just 2 back of those Phillies, so the Braves are really going to have to slug it all the way to the end. But you know they want to get Cox in the playoffs.
25 years as the manager of the Atlanta Braves, certainly headed to the Hall of Fame. 29 seasons overall. 4,480 games, and the list is so incredible for Bobby Cox. Absolutely one of the greatest managers in the history of the game.
Yeah, we're really getting a chance here, 3 days, to see last go-around from one of the truly great men in the game. Not just great manager, great man.
Well, that is a great point. Bobby Cox certainly is a great man, and the Atlanta Braves would love to send him out on a winning note as he makes his final run through the National League in his final 3 games in Pittsburgh. This afternoon, the Pirates and the Braves next.
Brought to you by PNC. PNC for the achiever in us all. By Barrel Automotive. Barrel.com. Definitely worth a click. And by your Toyota dealer, where quality, dependability, and good MPG all come standard. Toyota, moving forward.
Labor Day afternoon in Pittsburgh. The Pirates and the Atlanta Braves. Braves a one-game lead in the National League East over the Philadelphia Phillies. Hope you are enjoying your day and hope we can give you a W here as Brian Burris makes an emergency start. He's kind of been in that role often this season, up and down 3 times between the Pirates and the minor league affiliate in Indianapolis. It's ball 1 on Omar Infante, the second baseman. And 77 degrees at game time. 2 balls, no strikes. I'll show you the rest of the lineup here momentarily. Infante getting the start at second base for the Braves. And a grounder to Pedro Alvarez. On to first, not a good throw, but Garrett Jones uses the entire body to haul it in. Now the rest of the Braves lineup. And it's brought to you by Toyota moving forward. Coming to the plate, Jason Hayward, Rookie of the Year candidate. Martin Prado having an outstanding season. He's at third base. Derek Lee, the former Cub, at first. Matt Diaz is in left, and it's Alex Gonzalez, David Ross, Nate McLeod, and Tommy Hanson. And Hayward swings at the first pitch and pops it up. Shortstop Cedeno calls off Alvarez. That ball drifting, and he comes up empty.
Oh, be an error. Pirates got stung with that yesterday. 3 of them. And now here they've made another one early in this game. Never took his eye off it. Should have been an easier play. That wasn't like he had, looked for the railing and then looked back, couldn't find it.
Well, that is error number 10 on the year charged to Cedeno. Hayward has new life. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wave and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Hayward. Barrel.com. The batting average leaders since August 21st. Carlos Gonzalez of the Rockies, Hanley Ramirez of the Marlins, then Jason Hayward. Barrel.com definitely worth the click as Brian Burris fine breaking ball to strike out Hayward.
Pretty much no problem with Hayward. Numbers this season not especially good, especially the ERA. That's something that he would most likely not want to look at too much. Walks 26 and 45. He'd like to get those down. Yeah, that breaking ball of his looks pretty good. Swing and miss pitch, at least for lefties.
Martin Prado, 4th in the league in hitting at .316. He takes a strike. Jeff Karsten's scratched with shoulder issues and
maybe for the year. Huh?
Yeah, good possibility, though they won't discount maybe a start at the end. But they're saying the same thing about Oldendorf. They won't yet concede the season, but it's sure sounding as though that's the case.
Shows you how things can turn around quickly on a club. Maybe a month ago or so, a consideration of going to a 6-man rotation because you had so many guys that you needed to fit in to watch. And now you're trying to find enough starters for the last month.
Fly ball to right, sending Delwyn Young back and toward the track and toward the line. Our Allegheny General Hospital Sports Medicine injury update. You saw the Karsten's shoulder issue. No issues there for Burris. Well done, 1, 2, 3 as the Pirates come to bat. McCutchen, followed by Jose Tabata and Neil Walker. Derek Jones hits cleanup. Pedro Alvarez, followed by Ryan Doman. Doman behind the plate. Delwyn Young gets the start in right field. His last 10 starts, he's hitting .333. Ronnie Cedeno and Brian Burris.
These are going to be some pretty nice numbers. At .248, opponent's batting average. Good ERA. Not enough wins, though. Yeah. Should have a few more W's than he does, as well as he has pitched.
Ball's behind McCutchen, 2-0. Hitting .286 against the Braves this season. This is the 7th meeting of the year between these two teams. Because of interleague play, the Pirates always play outside their division an extra series. And in this case, it's Atlanta. Braves have won 5 of 6 against Pittsburgh. Bobby Cox not happy with the road numbers for his team. They have 49 victories at Turner Field, the most in the league at home. In fact, the most in all of baseball. But on the road, they're just 30 and 39. And quick walk to McCutchen. Some things you just can't figure out. We've talked about it a lot this year. The Pirates are just awful on the road, and the Braves are not good on the road.
Usually, if you're a good team, you try to play that 500 ball on the road and pick some rear in at home. Well, they've done that at home. But you can see why Bobby is not happy about their road record. A run difference in their ERA. That tells the story. Always about pitching. Turner Field, a good pitcher's ballpark.
McCutchen, 28 stolen bases. Caught 8 times. Like to get him home. The Pirates are 28 and 25 this year when McCutchen scores at least a run. And there he goes. Up and in. And the throw past Prado. And so McCutchen quickly gets up and races to third. That's more like it.
On the throw down, Prado actually forced that error by just slowing the ball down. If it goes clean in the center field, McCutchen won't be able to go to third, I don't believe. And McLeod is coming straight in at that ball. No way would he have been able to go to third, but Prado just knocking it down. That puts us in an excellent position now to score a first inning run.
And infield will concede a run here early. And that will bring home the run. Tabata will get the RBI. Oh boy, he almost first if Gonzalez. That throw was off the mark, and Lee made the play.
A lot of shaky defense yesterday, and we're seeing some this afternoon already.
Pirates are on the board early. Safe Auto Insurance reminds you that you are safe at home with Safe Auto, proudly supporting the Obadiah Cole Foundation for prostate cancer screening and awareness. Early detection is the cure. One 0 Pirates. Tabata's 24th RBI. Neil Walker riding a 12-game hitting streak. 9 home runs, 49 runs batted in for Neil Walker. Batting .415 during this streak. Curveball for a strike. PNC achievement, a 12-game hitting streak for the achiever in us all. His average up from .293. He's just been consistent since the get-go. That's the bottom line.
4 home runs in those 12 games. A lot of extra base hits.
Bounces this ball to short. Gonzalez gets Walker by a step. Walker, a proud moment from yesterday. Any Pittsburgher, yep, number 9. It's all about him. Maz throughout the Ceremonial first pitch after the statue dedication to current Pirates second baseman and Pittsburgh native Neil Walker.
Yeah, that might have been the best moment of the entire day.
Yeah.
I love the statue and everything, but the passing of the torch there was
symbolic.
Yep, it meant a lot, I think, to both those guys. It really did. I know it meant a lot to Maz. I mean, he gets real emotional anyway. And then, for Neil Walker, I can't even imagine what must have been going through his mind. Pretty much local guys. But Neil Walker, he's just going to get better, I think, Greg. I think he's going to get stronger. He's played a lot of winter ball, coming up almost all the time. He's going somewhere. This is going to be a winter off for him.
Well, as we've been saying, too, it's going to be fun. Even though Maz did work with him in spring training last year and the other potential second baseman, it's going to be different in Bradenton this coming February because he is your second baseman. So Maz and Neil Walker will be spending a lot of time working around that second base bag.
Neil's going to do nothing but get stronger. His extra base hits, home runs are going to be coming more and more often.
Jones pops it up to the third baseman. Not Chipper Jones. He's injured. Martin Prado makes the catch. 1-0 Pirates. At the statue dedication unveiling yesterday, as I drive by this and the front office group drives by this, we'll have a chance to look and be inspired again, reminded of what our responsibility to this franchise is. Thank you for inspiring us to move this franchise forward, to remind us what it can be. Talking to Bill Mazeroski was Pirates Chairman Bob Nutting about that statue as they drive in every day. The players, front office folks going into that garage have to pass by the Maz statue and to be inspired by it. What this franchise needs to be again.
A number of great things about that statue. The location, just one of them. Just a beautiful backdrop. We're looking across the river with the city, and a little cul-de-sac there at the end of Mazeroski Way. Just a natural spot for people to kind of gather to. There's an entrance to the stadium into PNC Park right there.
It was neat, even well after the game last night and this morning. A lot of people just gathering around that statue, taking it all in. Derek Lee, the new Brave, longtime Cub, singles to center. D. Lee playing in his 16th game as a member of the Braves. Diaz hitting .234. 7 home runs, 28 runs batted in. Diaz spending some time on the disabled list. An infection in his right thumb. Actually had to undergo a surgery in mid-May. 44 games since being activated from the DL, hitting .270. All 7 homers since coming off the DL. Ball and a strike. Burris set down the Braves 1-2-3 in the first. Falls behind 2-1. Look down at third base coach Brian Snitker. Glenn Hubbard, the first base coach for Atlanta. Snitker and Hubbard.
Definitely brave guys. Long time Atlanta men. That's the way Bobby Cox likes it, I think.
"25 years at the helm." Bobby Cox retiring at the end of this season.
Good to have fearless coaches. Very brave guys.
Line to right. Prado, Lee and Diaz aboard. Infante, Hayward, and Prado were retired 1-2-3, but Lee singles to center to start the second, and Diaz smacks a single to right, and it brings up Alex Gonzalez.
So far early in this game, it was 1-2-3 first inning, but he's still in that 50-50 area, strikes and balls. Burris needs to put the ball in the strike zone a little more often, so he doesn't have to pitch from behind. He's thrown 11 strikes and 10 balls to this point.
And he falls behind Alex Gonzalez 1-0.
Definitely is 50-50.
Now the bases are loaded with nobody out.
Didn't move much, did he?
Didn't move at all.
Pretty much just let that one hit him. Mark, see if he doesn't move. He turned and let it hit him in the back of the leg as opposed to the side. Certainly didn't try to get out of the way of it, as you can see on the AGH cam.
Trouble now for Brian Burris with the bases loaded and no one out. David Ross will come to the plate. Lee, Diaz, and Gonzalez are the runners for the former Pirate catcher David Ross. Brian McCann, a left-hand hitting backstop and starter, the day off against the lefty Burris. That one in there for a strike.
That's what we want to see. Strike one. Don't work ahead.
Burris's first start this season came when the Pirates scratched Ross Ollendorf with a back issue, hoping it was just one start that Ollendorf would be scratched. Ball misses. But they eventually placed Ohlendorf on the disabled list. They sent Burris down. They brought Chris Jakabauskas up to take his place in the rotation. Jakabauskas, his first start, first inning in Houston, hit by a Lance Berkman line drive off his forehead and immediately placed on the DL with a concussion. Burris back up again. This ball hit well toward right center, plenty deep for the run to score. As McCutcheon will get it in, but not before Lee tags and moves to the plate. Diaz to third, 1-1 game. Sac fly for Ross.
Diaz getting to third base almost as important. There was just one out. Ross, he wanted to get the ball to the air, but he also wanted to get it to the right side if possible. See where the pitch was. Up thigh high to the outside half. Pretty much he hit it where it was pitched. AGH cam giving us that perfect look at the location of that pitch. Right at contact.
27th ribby for David Ross. Nate McLouth.
Oh, what a disaster of a season Nate has had.
Just back up from AAA Gwinnett.
Almost 200 at bats, still hitting just 168.
They recalled him last Tuesday. He hit 234 at AAA. Spent some time on the disabled list with a head contusion. Look out, swing and a miss, and Garrett Jones and even the runner Gonzalez have to duck out of the way. McLouth fooled, and it's 0-2.
That bat about 3 inches too short to even tick that ball. Good distance on the toss, though. I'm going to call that at about 100 feet.
One of the best of the year. Some more pine tar. (0-2) count. Well, yesterday Nate McLouth thought he had a grand slam against the Florida Marlins, but Cameron Maben went back and made the catch, robbing him of a granny. But McLouth would get 2 RBIs out of it. As he watched a 3 RBI day for Nate McLouth. Again, robbed of the grand slam. His first start in center field yesterday. First start since July 24th. Pops this ball up. Alvarez. 2 outs.
Can't get the run home. It's a big out for Burris because now he's got the pitcher to work on. That's a pretty nice situation if you can get Hansen out now and come away from the bases loaded, nobody out with just 1 run in.
Certainly take that.
Yeah, that is ideal. Ideal, I guess, is no outs, but that doesn't happen very often.
No runs.
Once you get in that situation, you're thinking, okay, come on, figure out a way to get out of here, just getting 1 run.
Ball 1 on Tommy Hansen. 6 hits this season in 50 at bats.
I feel like I say it every day, but bend but don't break is absolute cardinal rule as a starter. Stay away from any kind of big inning.
One and 2 on Hansen. Burris giving up the leadoff hits to Lee and Diaz. Hit Gonzalez to load them up. The sacrifice fly from David Ross gets McLouth to pop out. Two and 2. dome it behind the plate this afternoon.
Hansen just 6 hits on the year, all singles.
So 6 of his 8 career hits this season. Chris Snyder the day off. Broken bat roller to second. Good work, Brian Burris, holding it together, allowing just the 1 run. Head to the bottom of the second, tied at 1. Of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source, the Pirates.com shop. Accept no substitutes. On a Labor Day afternoon at PNC Park, the Pirates and the Braves are tied up at 1, and Pedro Alvarez starts off the bottom half of the second.
Pedro with that solo home run yesterday. Maybe there'll be more to follow. That's been his early modus operandi. He'll hit 2 or 3, and then he'll maybe go 2 or 3 weeks without another one, and then hit 2 or 3 more.
It was a long home run yesterday, and he hit an absolute bullet of a double that drove in 2 on Friday off the Trib Total Media sign in right center. Absolutely blistered. This ball weakly hit toward first, foul. There's that home run again. Estimated distance 447 feet. Number 11 for Pedro Alvarez.
It's going to be a year of having to make adjustments for him. Hitters are always going to be trying different things, trying to get him figured out. What type of hitter is he? And it'll be a lot like that next season too. First full year will be next year. Scouting reports on him will evolve, change a little bit. So he's going to see pitchers trying to do different things with him. He'll have to react. That's been the case this year. I think in that home run dry spell that he ended yesterday, he'd been seeing a lot of fastballs, especially trying to get it elevated and in on him, tie him up in his hands. Looks like he's going to see another one here. They're going to try and go away. That's pretty much right down the middle in a fastball count. That's the pitch I think he's going to have to show that he can handle. That's the one he has not been handling. He handled this one very well, though, didn't he?
A long way the other way, but caught at the wall by Diaz.
It was 382. But that's what he's going to have to do is get that fastball out of there. He's shown to be a pretty good off-speed hitter, I think. A four-seamer that outside half, he hit it right where he wanted to. Drive it hard the other direction. And he's got the power, of course, to hit the ball out anywhere. He doesn't have to pull the ball to get a home run. A little more difficult in our ballpark. Just about everywhere we play, that's a home run. Other than here. Maybe Atlanta. Atlanta's big. There's not too many ballparks where that's going to stay in. Where you can hit it straight away left over 380 feet and not get a home run. That's unusual.
Two 2-1 count on Domet. Domet has reached base safely in 10 straight games. Hit his 12th home run of the season on Friday. Beautiful day for Cruz. Ball hit hard to right. One out single.
Well, definitely was blistered well. I think it's going to be an interesting offseason to see what kind of decisions are made about Domet as far as where he is going to be playing every day in his future. He's going to continue to split time between home plate somewhere else. Will he be an everyday catcher again, or will he make that transition to being just an outfielder? A lot of possibilities. John Russell trying to get Delwyn some at bats this afternoon. Let him get a start. Put 4 or 5 ABs together in one day.
Last 10 starts, batting .333 with 3 homers.
Pretty much has become just a part-time player now. I think that's how the Pirates definitely are looking at him. Last year at this time, there was thought that he could be the everyday second baseman, but that didn't work out. Not for lack of effort, though. Boy, Delwyn last year, he was a fixture at second base at 2 o'clock every afternoon.
Not just at 7. Game time, he was there at 2.
He was working hard on his defense.
Oh, hit towards center. McLeod racing in.
This ball, one of the harder hit balls this afternoon, but went for nothing. Right down the middle, belt high.
McLeod, Gold Glove a couple of years ago, roaming center field here at PNC Park. Cedeno takes a ball.
You know, when we see that shot with the ATL cam from center field, you see the way the ball is spinning and reading the seams to know just by the spin what the ball might be doing. I wonder if that's how the good hitters see the ball.
Slow, see the,
you see the seams are spinning really nice. Probably is something along those lines.
1 ball, 1 strike. Cedeno, modest 6-game hitting streak going. Tommy Hansen turned 24 years old. August the 28th, Tulsa, Oklahoma native. Finished 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting last season. Coming off a real fine start against the New York Mets 5 days ago, allowing just 1 hit in 7 innings. Picking up his 9th win. Two-one count on Cedeno. Six home runs, 29 RBIs for Cedeno this season. And McLeod's back for the final out. Noma, a 1-out single. A couple of balls hit well, including an Alvarez drive to the wall and left. 1-1. To say hello and get autographs from former Pirate left-handers Jim Rooker and John Candelaria, and former Pirate player and manager Bill Verdon. Trip to the Media Hall of Fame Club out in left field. Don't need a special ticket, just your game ticket gets you in. And great to see some former Buccos out there. It's a very popular event. Certain weekday afternoon games here at PNC Park. Folks holding on to their Labor Day game tickets. Brian Burris facing Omar Infante, Jason Hayward, Martin Prado, top of the order. He got them 1-2-3 in the first. Uh-oh. He's got it again. Can of silly string.
Somebody's going to get it.
Yeah, well, he's got the can. He's got it loaded.
Looks like he might be going for a Bravo.
How about that? He better be brave if he tries that.
He's looking over the edge.
Infante bounced to Alvarez to start the game.
Way out in front on the changeup, cued it right off the end of the bat.
Ball hit well the other way. Delwyn Young racing back. That's a nice catch. For a guy that doesn't play out there too often. Got a good jump, stayed with it.
Beautiful job. not very deep. So a little ways to go.
It's only a 16th start, keep in mind, in right field. Not that that was the greatest catch in the world, but for a guy that doesn't play there too often.
Well, we see some problems out there in that right field area. That wall comes up on you pretty quick. It's not very deep.
Hayward struck out in the first.
Yeah, didn't look very good doing it either.
Burris out of the count quickly on this 6'5", 20-year-old rookie, Jason Hayward. Missed in 1-1.
In spring training, everybody had already given the Rookie of the Year award. He's had a good rookie year, but it's not such a slam dunk as it was back then.
No. He was a Rookie of the Month in April and May, putting a great first 2 months of the season together. And as Bob said, still very solid, but you have to think that Gabby Sanchez of the Florida Marlins, his great numbers, might have overtaken him in terms of Rookie of the Year status to this point.
Yeah, there's going to be some competition now. See who has the hot month of September, who can finish real strong.
Hayward does lead all rookies in terms of runs scored. He's tied for third in homers behind Tyler Colvin and Ike Davis. He's 10th in hitting among rookies. Second behind Gabby Sanchez in RBIs. Sanchez of the Marlins has driven in 72, Hayward 65. There's some top rookies in the RBI department. And just behind, here comes Neil Walker. Is exactly right. Neil Walker has 49 after spending the first 2 months of the season in the minors. Who knows what big league numbers Neil Walker would have if he had started the season in Pittsburgh. Still phenomenal numbers, and obviously Tabata putting up a real solid year as well.
I think Andrew McCutcheon would have probably won it last year if he would have had the full year. But that doesn't happen very often anymore. And situations, like Hayward being there opening day, they're tougher and tougher to come by for rookie players. Teams don't want to get that quote-unquote clock running. They want to try and hold on to them for that extra year.
Fly ball to left. And a little late start for Tabata. I don't think Tabata's 100%. He's not going to say that. He's not running as well. We saw that on that ground ball that he hit in the first inning. Got the RBI out of it. He's not full speed to full strength yet.
He's got such an unusual running style. Kind of doesn't really get his knees all that high. Sometimes it's tough to tell if he's going all out or not, full speed. He occasionally, I mean, who knows, but he's had some troubles with those hamstrings. Maybe he's got one that's a little tighter than normal. He just doesn't want to push it.
Martin Prado now.
He definitely wants to talk about finishing strong in September. That's all about what Tabata wants to do.
Prado fourth in the league in hitting. Sixth in runs scored. He's second overall in hits. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hayward has 9 steals. He's been caught 6 times.
Doesn't really look like the classic base stealer. He can move for a tall man. Trying to think of somebody that might have been that tall and could steal bases at a big clip.
strike in there.
Any real tall base dealers. That was one of their big deals anyway. Omar Moreno, he was fairly tall for a base runner, but I mean not necessarily so. What was about 6'2"?
Probably. Broken bat, little flare. Brings up Derek Lee with 2 outs.
Definitely sawed him off. You can see by the spin that probably had a little cut action. Jumped in on his hands. Look at that bat. What a view.
Yep. Thanks to AGH for providing us with those great pictures. The AGH cam. Derek Lee singled and scored in the second.
Just in case.
All-star year for this rookie, Jason Hayward, but was not able to play with a thumb injury. Was selected as a starter. This guy's been an all-star before at the plate, Derek Lee. Playing in his 16th game in a Braves uniform. Batting .220 in Atlanta. No homers, 7 RBIs. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Derek Lee. Braves sent 3 minor league pitchers to the Cubs to get Derek Lee. Picked him up on August the 18th. Chipper Jones went down with an injury. Troy Gloss playing first base. And doing a great job the first half, then was on the DL for a couple of weeks. Fly ball to center. McCutcheon in. Good work through 3 innings from Brian Burris. Tie game at 1. with 3 hits in 15 at bats. Four for 17 in his career. Stays 0-2 on Burris. Before this season, his big league career included parts of 3 seasons in Baltimore and a couple of outings last year with Toronto. A ball and 2 strikes on this former 31st round pick of the San Francisco Giants 10 years ago. Fly ball to McLaughlin center. We were wondering about the parrot, and he had that silly string ready to go. He's going to get some Brave fans, isn't he?
After the fans, that's what he's doing.
Silly string. He's been a good prop for the parrot. Andrew McCutchen. Strike on McCutchen. McCutchen has walked, stolen a base, scored a run. Stolen base number 29. And he bunts. How about that? Not a great one, though. But at least he gave it a shot.
Yeah, I agree, Greg. I think he's going to have to do that to add another dimension to his game, especially if he remains a leadoff hitter. The on-base percentage is so important for leadoff guys. His speed is as good as anybody in the ballpark on any given day. He just didn't get this one out there very far. Kind of died right there on the edge of the grass. That ball rolls another 2 feet. They got it by half a step. Another 2 feet, he's safe.
Plus, the more he works on it, Bob, obviously the more proficient he's going to get at it. And it's just something he's not necessarily wanted to do or needed to do throughout his minor league and early major league career. But I think the Pirates are kind of strongly suggesting that he make this bunt part of his arsenal.
Half a step, another 2 feet on the roll, he's got it. Another 3 or 4 feet on the roll, they don't even make a throw.
Well, plus, as you said, too, you have to at least get it into the infielders' minds that that is something he might do, because word gets around throughout baseball and they're just going to play back, but at least this will draw them in.
You bring them in, it opens up some holes a little bit for you, because now they can't move laterally as far as they can when they're playing a couple steps further back. Got a bunt.
Swing and a miss and the strikeout, and the Pirates retired in order. After 3, it is 1-all.
powered by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day.
Fourth inning, 1-1 ball game here on a Labor Day in the Berg. Braves in town for the first of 3. Philadelphia is hosting the Florida Marlins. Florida leads that game 2-0. It's the first game of a doubleheader. So a lot can happen today in terms of the standings, with the Braves leading Philadelphia by 1 game in the East. How about the Padres, Bob? They've lost 10 straight. And now their lead in the West just a game over San Francisco.
Yeah, I agree. That's the one that I thought was going to be sewed up as well as they were playing when we saw them. Well as they were pitching. Huge, comfortable lead.
3-1 on Diaz. San Diego will host the Dodgers tonight to try and end that 10-game losing streak. Down the stretch, 6 remaining head-to-head between the Braves and the Phils. Burris fell behind, but on the 3-1, Diaz grounds to short. Check out our Day Automotive. This day in Pirates history, September 6th, 1982, is Willie Stargell Day. His number 8 is retired. Thank you, Day Automotive. What an incredible day it was for Captain Willie. Even received a phone call from then President Ronald Reagan at Three River Stadium that day. Captain Willie pops. His statue outside PNC Park, along with Roberto Clemente, Hannes Wagner, and yesterday Bill Mazeroski. The statue unveiled. One ball, one strike on Alex Gonzalez. So Willie Stargell had a tie with the Braves as well when Chuck Tanner came down to manage after leaving the Pirates. Managed Atlanta. He brought Willie with him. Well, he was a first base coach for Chuck Tanner in Atlanta.
You know, teams used to always take infield right before the game. Always wanted to have a chance to do that.
You wanted to?
I wanted to take infield one day, yeah. And I was able to afforded that by Willie. He used to hit infield. Yeah. He let me play third one time in Atlanta, which is it's weird the way it all ties together. But
now this is when Willie came back to coach the Pirates.
He was coaching the Pirates, right. And he was hitting. So not only did I get to take infield for a game, it was Willie Stargell, Hall of Famer, that
hit ground balls to you. That's great.
But it was in Atlanta. So it's just kind of crazy. I was a Pirate.
Oh, nice play, Cedeno. A little jam shot by Gonzalez. Cedeno got out there quickly to put it away. 2 down. So you were at the Pirates. You wanted to take infield.
One of those bucket list things. Yeah. I wanted to check that off, and I was able to do that.
Now on the bucket list, it didn't say I want to take infield, and I want Willie Stargell to be the guy that hits it to me, right?
Yeah, he's the guy that gave me permission to go out at third base, because the regular players, and that's one of the reasons that nobody does it anymore. The regular players used to hate infield.
So always they quit doing it.
Yeah, normally it's the extra guys anyway, and there was nobody there. Nobody wanted to play third, and I'm like, hey, I'll do it. And he goes, okay, go ahead. And I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. I guess it's not a lot of fun if you have to do it every single day. For me, it's funny the things I remember, but that's one of them.
I can't imagine being in the stands, not thinking of looking at the lineup. You're just a casual fan, figuring the guys, you're not aware that the backups. You go, who's that taking some ground balls over there at third? Bob Walk.
I think I was the only pitcher in that infield that day too. Larry McWilliams, I think, I think he might have played first.
A former Brave.
Yeah. Yeah, how about that? It all comes together, doesn't it?
Two and two. Sacrifice fly for David Ross in the second. So far, so very good for Brian Burris. Going to make it a 1, 2, 3, 4th inning. This ball hit sharply foul. Burris's 8th start of the season. His 15th appearance. Each of his last 4 outings have been in relief for the Pirates since his last start May the 29th in Atlanta. Did he go?
Yes, I did.
He did. A 1, 2, 3, 4th inning for Brian Burris. Tied at 1, heading to the bottom of the 4th. AT&T trivia question. AT&T Mobility. Rethink possible. Who was the first member of the Atlanta Braves to win the National League MVP award? And we stress Atlanta Braves. Neil Walker bounced to short in the first inning. Did Terry Pendleton win it as a Brave? That would have been the first MVP, couldn't have been.
No, Del Murphy won at least 2. Trying to think back in the late 60s, they won a division. Like back when they had Ralph Garr and obviously Aaron.
You thinking Ralph Garr won an MVP?
I think he won a batting title, didn't he? But I don't know if
believe
that
he
would
did
get him
a
an
batting title.
MVP or not. I would have to. The only one I know of earliest would be Del Murphy. Trying to think of some other really good players that they had early on when they came from Milwaukee. Eddie Matthews.
Yeah.
My guess will be Murph, though, just because that's the only one I know for sure.
Is Ken Boyer an Atlanta Brave? Kenny Boyer?
Oh, I know one of the Boyers. I don't know.
Walker strikes out looking. Second K for Tommy Hanson. By the way, do you realize that the gypsies in the trailer are silent in our headsets? Not getting any hints. They're tired of helping us out.
Well, that might be a sign that
we're close.
Yeah.
They don't like that, do they?
No, they don't like it at all.
Part of the process of the trivia questions is that they do their best to fool us. And they really enjoy that. They get quite a chuckle in the trailer.
We hear a lot of chirping going on, but nothing today. So I think we're close.
We'll wait to see the results coming up next half inning. Then Garrett Jones popped out in the first. One ball, 2 strikes on Jones. There he is with the Anna Maria Island hat on.
He's ready for spring.
Yeah, already.
Steve gets an early start.
He does. January 2nd. Yeah. He always wakes up his wife Karen and says, whispers to her, says, "Hey, want to go to Florida? It's cold outside." He did a great job with Maz, and boy, I mean, nobody was happier for Maz than that guy. He has such respect for Bill Mazeroski. He and Bob Friend and Bob Nutting spoke. They all did a great job. And as Steve said, it's a constant reminder when I see you, Maz, of why they call it the major leagues.
Well, Steve really got to see, I think, a transition in baseball players from the really old school guys from the 50s and 60s to going into the free agent world. He was around to see that, and I know that he really holds those older players in reverence. Maz, of course, being one of those.
And what a great story Steve told about the Maz, one of the rare days where he was charged with an error. Well, there's a nice drive off the bat of Alvarez to the wall. That first at bat, he drove Matt Diaz all the way to the base of the wall for a long out. This time, the gap shot between McLeod and Diaz for a double.
I think this was a fastball, too, he hit. Wasn't real sure. Let's watch the spin. Yeah, it looks like it just has some real good backspin on it, both coming and going. That's what you want to get on those balls. If you want them to carry, you like to hit them with some backspin. Keep them up a little longer.
13 doubles for Alvarez. Now it's Domit.
Domit hit one very hard his first time up.
Line drive to right. But anyway, Maz, after a game at Forbes Field, and as Steve points out often, that infield at Forbes Field was just the toughest maybe in baseball than infield. They'd go on road trips and just bake it. And so very tough for all the infielders, which makes Maz's accomplishments even more amazing. But after a game, he's charged with a rare error, and all the reporters are over by his locker asking him what happened. And Steve says, Maz never talked about, well, the infield was choppy, I got a tough hop, no excuses, nothing, just I flat out missed it. And he talked to Maz after that quote, and Maz said, people don't want to hear about excuses. They want to hear why you did things, not why you didn't. And Steve took that to heart.
Speaking of the playing conditions as far as the field, that's another huge change in baseball since that era in this. Is the ground crews take such tremendous care of the playing surface now.
In this case, it's Manny Lopez and the boys.
Moisture content of the dirt is always kept at a certain level. Try to keep it nice and soft so that you don't get those hard spots. You don't get the bad hops. Same thing with the grass.
Hansen falls behind Domit 3-1. Delwyn Young on deck. See if Domit doesn't get a real good pitch here to drive and get Alvarez home and give Pittsburgh a lead here in the fourth. Takes away.
The groundskeeper back in the 40s and 50s. There's somebody with a big longhorn. A lot more goes into it now. Delwyn Young.
He lined out to McLeod in the second.
Cedeno on deck. I think he hit one to the edge of the warning track out in left center. There have been some balls centered up pretty nice. Just two have fallen in at this point. Slider on the inside corner. Throws that ball in there to try and tie up the left-hand hitter.
Hansen out ahead 0-2 now.
Same pitch again. He tries to move it onto that, not just the inside part of the plate, but really move it off the plate inside. So if the head of the bat gets to the ball, it's going to be jerked away foul. If you keep that fair, it's probably going to be something on the label.
Just foul off to the right.
It's 3 in a row. Sliders in. Can't hardly see that P on the helmet anymore. I think they want to elevate this pitch. Looks like Ross is asking for it up high.
Yep.
Didn't get it up there.
Popped it up toward left. Diaz there. Pirates leave a couple. We've completed 4 innings, 1-1 ball game. Steve Blass paying tribute to Bill Mazeroski, his good buddy yesterday at the statue unveiling here at PNC Park. Pirates and the Braves tied at 1. Great shots once again from the AGH cam. And now Nate McLeod leads off the 5th for Atlanta, tied at 1. Brian Burris retired the side in order in the 4th. He has given up 3 hits. McLeod popped out with runners at first and third and one out in the second.
It's a big opportunity that the Braves had, and Burris kept the damage at a minimum. Just put up that one run, avoided the big inning. And now look at the situation. Now he's in the fifth inning. Tie ball game.
McLeod hitting 140 against left-handed pitching. Chops this one in is Walker. Nice play, Neil Walker. No time to lose.
Well, now's the best time to purchase Pirates season tickets. Reserve 2011 season tickets now and close out the 2010 season on us. Put down $100 per seat deposit on a full or half season ticket plan and get one free ticket per deposit for all remaining home games in the 2010 season. Full season plans start as low as $3.99. Call 1-800-BUY-BUCKS or visit pirates.com/new deposit.
Strike one on Tommy Hanson, the Braves pitcher. Oh, nice play. It looked as though that ball was going to get past to Daniel. There's Garrett Jones has made some tremendous picks over there. There's some struggles on some hard hit ground balls to first, but those two combined with a fine play.
And the picking the balls out of the dirt from the infielders department has gone very well for Garrett Jones this year. Another nice one. He's had some issues in some other areas of late, but he has saved those guys on that left side of the infield some errors.
Cedeno, well, really took off on him and made that play. The ball was actually behind him. And that fine pick over at first by Jones.
He knows he's thrown it low.
Yeah,
now he's taking a real
sweat
close
it out.
look.
Yep.
Giving it a little body.
Come on, Garrett.
Body English. Watch his reaction after it's caught. He's like, whew. Thank
you. Fly ball. Center. How about Brian Burris, huh?
That's what I was going to say. He's
5 innings, 1 run. Great work from Brian Burris. Dad, can I watch this too, please?
It's quite a rig.
Cedeno shows bunt on a breaking ball and takes 1-0.
Good ball game. 1-1. Pitchers duo going.
Tries to push it, but not past Hansen. Burris will come to the plate. Burris fly to center in the third.
See if he can get something going here. We need to break out of this stalemate. Sometimes in these type of ball games, it's what is the difference. Is one of the pitchers gets something accomplished with the bat. Burris can find a way to get on. Of course, you get the top of the lineup coming up behind him. McCutcheon, the hot bats of Tabata and Walker. Burris 3 for 16 on the year.
One and two the count. Hansen gets the strikeout, just his third. Two down, and now Andrew McCutcheon. Our AT&T trivia question. Trying to figure out who the first member of the Atlanta Braves to win the National League MVP award was. Threw out a bunch of names. Dale Murphy. Bob, you got it again. 1982. 36 homers, 109 RBIs that year. Just a ho-hum win for you, Bob. Another one.
Oh, you're picking things that happened while I was there. You know?
Is it any fun for you anymore, by the way?
The trivia questions?
Yeah.
No, they're easy now. No, I'm gonna have to move on to something else. The trivia questions are pretty much just run-of-the-mill things. Hey, there's Murph Sheedy.
I know you've talked about Dale Murphy before, about how much respect you had for him.
Maybe the finest individual I've ever played with. And that's saying a lot, because I've played with some great guys, but Murph could be the number one. Had time for everybody.
Hansen going to have a 1-2-3 inning. Brian Burris will go back to work as he begins the sixth, tied up at 1. Russell and pitching coach Ray Searage smile. His pitching effort so far, allowing the 3 hits, 1 run, keeping the Braves in check. The accidental plays that made you smile. 8 in a row retired since the Jason Hayward single in the 3rd, and they look to get 6 out of Burris and then go to the bullpen. Chan Ho Park starts to loosen up. Imagine at the first sign of truly tiring here in the 6th, they'll lift Burris. Again, making his first Pirate start since May 29th. A loss in Atlanta to the Braves. Went 5 innings, gave up 4 runs on 7 hits. Pirates fell 6-3 down at Turner Field. Fell behind, trying to come back.
A good 3-1 pitch. Fastball, outside corner, knees. It's certainly not something a hitter is going to be looking for on a 3-1 count. Wow. Oh, backed it up, but another one, same spot. Great job. It's all about location. Always is. Well spotted right there. Couldn't have ran in there and handed it to Domet in a better location. Nothing that Hayward could do but turn around, walk back, and say, get him next time.
Prado has flied to right, hit a broken bat liner to short. Ray Searage and Brad Henderson, head trainer. Very deep, but foul. Boy, he's hit that one a long way. Wow.
That
hit way above
the edge of the upper deck.
That might be the farthest ball we've ever seen hit to left.
If that would have been fair, that could have been on the top rung. The AGH Rotunda.
And I don't think we've ever seen that. I'm pretty sure that Eli Marrero, maybe then of the Cardinals, and a one-time Brave hit the 3rd run of the Rotunda. That's probably the farthest ball we've ever seen hit to left in this ballpark.
Yeah, if that was hit to right, it would have probably cleared that Pirate Charity sign. It would have been floating down the alligator right now. That ball hit right up in there, I think. Maybe even a little higher.
Yeah, I think a little higher too.
Might have hit that railing above that.
5-3. What a job from Burris.
That's the Coors Light 6 inning time to check out today's Coors Light Freeze Camp. Talking about a job by Burris. Yeah, it definitely has had the saw out. He's broken some bats. Watch this one just get cut right off. Go ahead, bat. Explode. Come on. There it is. That's today's Freeze Camp, brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
The man of the hour, Brian Burris, has set down 10 in a row. And again, with the bullpen working, it is obvious they are trying to get him through this 6th, and what a way to finish. If he could retire a Derek Lee, get the side in order again for 3 straight innings.
A little trouble in that 2nd inning, got through that, just giving up the 1 run, and has just cruised since. At that point, he was about 50-50 strikes and balls. But now he's about 60 strikes and just 30-some balls.
This might drop in. It will. Lee took the full swing. Drops in. A 2-out single for Derek Lee.
Just to fight that off. Didn't like it when he hit it. You see the grimace. Part of that grimace is that didn't feel very well on that on his right hand. Probably felt that in the thumb. It jammed him pretty good.
Diaz has one of the 4 hits for Atlanta. Burris was in the Giants system, minor leagues, for 5 years after they drafted him. And they signed Jose Vizcaino as a utility infielder. He was taken off the roster. Baltimore signed him in January of 2006. Ball and a strike on Diaz. Burris pitched 11 games in relief in 2006, his first stint in the big leagues. Following year, made 37 appearances, including 17 starts for Baltimore. Finished with a .595 ERA for the Birds in 2007. Burris was in the rotation for much of the 2008 season. Went 7-10 with an ERA just over 6. Baltimore waived him after that year. Toronto signed him as a free agent. And he spent most of last season in the minors with the Blue Jays organization. And this winter signed by the Pirates as a minor league free agent. '29-year-old Brian Burris. That'll go to 2-2 on Diaz. From Oregon City, Oregon.
His third start with us this year. 7 innings, no runs, only 3 hits against the Cubbies.
That came after he had picked up his first win against the Dodgers in LA. He went to 5 1/3, 4-hit shutout ball. Might have broken another bat.
Another jam shot. Yeah, he's had a number of those. He's been in the kitchen. Must came to the ballpark hungry because he's lived in the kitchen of these right-hand hitters. There it is again. Right in there. Right, that one just a little above the label.
Batter Alex Gonzalez, he's going to face Chan Ho Park, not Burris. John Russell's going to make the change. Burris has reached the 101 pitch mark.
Hasn't made the motion yet. Maybe they're going to talk about it.
Finding out from Burris. How about that?
They're going to leave him in.
You don't see that very often. And Russell wanted to go out there and talk to him about it, see how he felt. All right.
Fans like it.
Yeah. Get this man here. Chance to get a W if he gets Gonzalez, and the Pirates can get him a run in the bottom of the 6th. A big time moment here for Brian Burris. Last time up, Gonzalez hit a ball to shallow left, and Ronnie Cedeno raced out to make the catch. First time up, Gonzalez was hit by a pitch. Gonzalez acquired from the Toronto Blue Jays. One and one.
Off that fastball pretty good. Definitely, even though he's over 100 pitches, is still right where he normally is velocity wise.
Ground ball, Alvarez. Well, he can just tag the runner. And that'll do it for Brian Burris. And a fabulous afternoon. John Russell showing faith in his starter. Burris told him he could get him. He got him. And now the Pirates need to get him around.
The 2010 Pirates baseball on FSN Pittsburgh is brought to you by Subway Restaurants. Build your better breakfast and grab lunch to go too.
Great Labor Day afternoon in Pittsburgh. 1-1 ball game. Pirates and Braves heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. Brian Burris got out of the 6th after getting the first 2 men, giving up a couple of jam shot singles before getting Alex Gonzalez to ground to Alvarez. Tabata, RBI ground out in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd. Up the middle to start the 6th inning.
How often does he just get on base all the time? Do you see where that pitch is, Greg? That's 6 inches off the plate, breaking ball down and away. Bangs it right through the middle to start things off. So impressive.
Another hit for Tabata. Now 4 shy of the century mark. Neil Walker has 103 hits and needs a hit to extend his hitting streak, which currently stands at 12 straight games. This streak, by the way, for Walker is currently tied for the 2nd longest active streak in the National League. Carlos Gonzalez of the Rockies has a 13-game hitting streak going. And like Walker, the Marlins' Hanley Ramirez has hit safely in 12 straight. Well, they may want to try and run again on Hansen, with the McCutcheon getting the stolen base in the 1st inning that led to the unearned run. Opponents have swiped 28 bases against Tommy Hansen. Only 3 times has the opponent been caught. And there goes Thomas on a fly ball to deep center. McLeod back. Neil Walker gives the Pirates the lead. His 10th 13-game hitting streak. 3-1. Pittsburgh's own Neil Walker.
Oh, he's the man. It's amazing. Both those guys right there. Tabata, Walker. Tabata sets the table. Walker comes to eat.
Coors Light cold hard blast. Watch it again. Neil Walker. He went deep off Tommy Hanson moments ago. And as Garrett Jones comes to the plate, Jones has popped up and fouled out. Neil Walker, a 13-game hitting streak. What a way to extend the streak with home run number 10 and now 51 runs batted in. Oh, 0-2 on Jones. Coors Light full hard blast. Here it is. The dead central. Watch Walker. Just gave him the lead. Cold hard blast brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
I remember that the RBI totals we showed of the rookies, and we said, hey, don't look behind you. Walker's on the way.
Somebody's gaining on you.
2 more.
Strike 3 call. Bob, we talked about McCutchen and, you know, the great year that he had as a rookie. McCutchen in 433 at bats last year, to take nothing away from a fabulous rookie season. In 433 at bats, he had a dozen homers, drove in 54. Walker, in 100 less at bats, now has 10 homers and 52 runs batted in.
Oh, both of them really had amazing first years. And a couple of #1 picks, certainly playing like you hope. That's what #1 picks are all about, to be impact players on your team. You know, McCutchen, definitely an impact type player. And Walker hadn't been here very long, but what an impact has he had. And then, of course, Alvarez. Great hopes that Alvarez will be doing the same thing. Perhaps maybe a 30-run home run guy next year when he's here for a full season.
Pops this ball up. 2 outs. It sounds like we're being redundant here. Just continue to rave about him, but you really can't stress enough about how incredible Walker has been. Approaching his 25th birthday.
And those runs, they belong to Burst. He was allowed to stay out there, get that final out. He's the pitcher of record.
There's Burris.
His game to win.
Dobit on base twice, single and a walk. Infante throws on to first to retire Dobit and the Buccos. Jose Tabata got aboard. The leadoff hit up the middle.
Goes. And the pitch hammered to center field.
To center field, Neil Walker. Home run number 10 to give the Pirates a 3-1 lead. Our easy-to-use.com minor league connection. AAA Indianapolis losing to Louisville 6-3. Pedro Siriaco came over in the Diamondbacks deal. 1 for 4 with a double and a run scored. And a final at Blair County Ballpark in Altoona. The curveball 3-0. Just 3 hits for Altoona, but that's okay. They're gearing up for the Eastern League playoffs. Our easy-to-use.com minor league connection. And also, you may be wondering about Brad Lincoln's start. Neil Huntington said he didn't want to put too much pressure on Lincoln as to whether today's start for Indy would mean he gets a call up or gets a chance to join the Pirate rotation in September. Did not go well for Lincoln, who's had a neck issue. Lincoln went 2 1/3, 5 runs for the Murd, walked 3, 5 hits. Now Chris Resop takes over. Brian Burris, 6 strong innings, 5 hits, 1 run. Didn't walk a batter. Burris struck out 3, hit a man.
The talk of Lincoln, being in line to pick up Karsten starts. Well, maybe it's going to be Burris after today that picks up those starts. Certainly, after his efforts, deserves the baseball again.
Resop picked up by the Pirates on the waivers from the Braves. Ahead of David Ross, 1 and 2.
Could be Chris Snyder out on the mound, though.
They do look a lot alike.
Don't they?
Absolutely, they do.
Amazing.
Yeah. Kyle Farnsworth.
Unless they have their name on the back, I have a hard time telling them apart in the clubhouse. I mean, look at that. Oh yeah, it put some shades on it, make it even tougher. But you have to wait until you see him turn around to read the name.
Both are Chris's.
Yeah, that's the only good thing. You just say, "Hey, Chris." I actually did that this morning. I was betting money with Resop. I said, "Hey, Chris," and then made the turn, walked away. It's Chris Snyder. I'm like, "Oh, wrong."
You were right.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris.
I didn't commit. I just said Chris. They are one of those separated Burke type things. Pretty much the same haircuts.
Strikes out David Ross to start the 7th. The former Brave, Chris Resop.
Both have fine arms, too. Resop has put his arm on display quite a bit at about 94 miles an hour for us. Powers went right through there.
McLeod 0 for 2 against the starter Burris. And he bounces the breaking ball to the right. One and 2. Resop spent a lot of time this year at AAA Gwinnett.
Yeah, he wants, I'm sure, to have a nice clean inning here against the Braves. Pirates able to get him out of the Braves organization on waivers.
6-3, 2.09 ERA at AAA Gwinnett in the Braves organization for Rhys-Hobb. It's been a nice find for the Bucks. Looking in at that 7th inning roll, and a ground single to right for McLeod. A 1-out single for Nate McLeod. Rookie Freddie Freeman now will bat for the pitcher Tommy Hanson. Freeman got his first big league hit yesterday. He had 319 at AAA Gwinnett, 18 homers, 87 RBIs.
They're going to be very much acquainted with each other. Teammates most of the year.
Freeman pops this one up to left. Tabata makes the play. 2 outs. Bob H. from New Middletown, Ohio, is the final prize pack winner of the Make Your Day giveaway. Bob won tickets to a Pirates game, an autographed baseball, and a gift certificate from Day Automotive. Congratulations to all our winners, and keep watching FSN for your next chance to play. Infante 0 for 3 against Burris. Tommy Hanson goes 6, allows just 4 hits. Big 2-run homer for Neil Walker, the difference in this game.
McLeod may be running here.
He's 4 for 6 in stolen base attempts this season.
If he's going to run, what they've done is they've given him the green light. Take a pitch. Rhys-Hobb on that first pitch he threw Infante, pretty quick getting rid of the ball. If he stays that way, it'll make it really hard on Nate. Keep that leg kick to a minimum if you can. That's why it's so easy to run on Hanson. He is a very tall man and has a huge leg kick, and takes about a second and a half to get the ball to the catcher.
There he goes. Up and in. Domit's throw strong, but won't get him. Stolen base for McLeod.
Now they did their best to hold him there. I don't think Rhys-Hobb was as quick at that time as he was on the first pitch. And as a catcher, you would like to have to backhand that ball, not reach up to your left. And the reason for that is that naturally, as you're backhanding the throw, you're closing your left shoulder, which is the position you want to get in to make that throw. When you have to reach to your left and then bring the shoulder back to a closed position, and now it's got to open up again as you throw, just adds a little couple tenths here and there. So watch out. He opens up to the catch. Now he would have to close and now make the throw. So when it's at your backhand side, you're closing and making the catch in the same movement, and that saves you a lot of time.
The process has already started. That throw.
Yeah, you're already in a throwing position as you're making the catch.
4-pitch walk to Infante following the stolen base. Now it's getting interesting as Jason Hayward will come to the plate. Pirates have bullpen action. There's Evan Meek. Didn't think that Meek would be ready until tomorrow, but
he's the one throwing all by himself. There's no one else in case it doesn't feel all right. Now, I'm sure he's already thrown, gotten loose at some point earlier in the day, given the green light. Maybe even from yesterday he might have said, hey, it's fine, I'm good to go.
I'll remind you that Saturday, September 25th, Pirates will host the Astros at 7:05. After the game, one of America's favorite pop jam bands, OAR, will be taking the PNC Park stage, the final post-game concert of the year. For tickets, visit Pirates.com. Saturday, September 25th, OAR in concert. Saturday, September 25th. Jason Hayward, 1 for 3.
Strike. Oh, they have done that to him a little bit, Seth, nailing that outside corner. Good way to start. That was definitely on the black. Had a little movement going away from it. Inside move just in case they were going to try and get that tying run in scoring position.
Two outs, 2 on for Chris Resop. Trying to get this last out. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You have nobody holding on the runner at second base. Here's that pitch again. If nobody holding on the runner at second base or first, that's why you want to show that inside move, put that thought into Bobby Cox's mind, so that they just don't run at will and move that tying run out to out to second base, because you really can't hold them on. There's 2 outs. So the infielders are all on the edge of the grass, including at first base. So they could run if they wanted to, and you couldn't do anything about it, except you put that thought in there, inside move. If they take off when the pitcher lifts his knee, they could still get picked off, even though no one's holding them on.
Now it's getting dicey. 3-1 on Hayward. Prado on deck. Ball fouled off. Full. Now the runners will take off on this critical pitch from Chris Resop. 3-2. McLeod at second, Infante at first, and the Pirates leading by a pair. This is Brian Burris' game to win. He went 6, allowed the 1 run on 5 hits, didn't walk a batter, and struck out 3. The former Brave, Chris Resop, facing the rookie, Jason Hayward. Do it again. Three and two, 2 outs. Hayward with 16 home runs, 65 runs batted in. Another 3-2 pitch from Resop. And we'll try it again.
The good fastball, and that gets you a little something extra over other guys in these situations where you can throw a fastball for a strike on a full count, and it's not just that hitter teeing off on it. The pitchers that can't throw up into the mid-90s, they have to feature some other pitches in hitters' counts. Reesop's got that ability to go at you with a fastball even if you're looking for it. Did it again.
3 times Hayward has fouled it off.
Can't get to it.
So you keep going for it if you're Reesop.
Well, no, it's not forever.
Eventually you got to.
At some point you're thinking, oh, is he going to cheat and swing early? Every time they foul one off, a little more doubt creeps into your mind as the pitcher. Is he going to make the adjustment? Two schools of thought there, I think. Right?
Walked him to load them up.
The first pitch he threw him, it was right on the block. He got the call, but he went out there a couple more times and didn't get the call. And another one off the plate away. And what happened then is he got into a situation he just had to go at him with a fastball, and it paid off. He couldn't get to it, just kept fouling him off. But then eventually he's going to miss again. Right there.
Loaded for Prado, who's 0 for 3, but came in 4th in the league in hitting. And he takes ball 1. A base hit could tie it up here. You see Prado hitting .296 with men in scoring position. Martin Prado with 61 runs batted in. Strike 1-1. Bases are loaded. A little trouble with our Fox box, so we'll try to keep you updated. It is 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 outs, bases loaded. Pirates are leading 3-1 in the 7th. Reesop looking for the final out against Martin Prado. Missed. Now 2 balls, 1 strike. Prado from Maracay, Venezuela. Chris Reesop, the Naples, Florida native and the former Brave. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Check, swing, roller. A little stumble by Prado out of the box. Alvarez throws and got him. Thanks to Prado struggling to get out of the box. And Alvarez, a fine play to get him. The Braves leave them loaded.
And a fastball almost knocked him backwards after he hit his bat. And still almost fell down afterwards. Plus, he's looking over his shoulder.
And on the other end, Alvarez to Jones. football kicks off with an early season matchup at the Pit when the Beaver Falls Tigers head to Aliquippa to take on the Quiffs. It's a showdown between AA rivals. Beaver Falls, Aliquippa, Thursday at 7 on FSN. This is big. Here at PNC Park, the Pirates still leading 3-1. Head to the bottom of the 7th inning and a new pitcher, veteran right-hander, Kyle Farnsworth. And his numbers on the season. 14th appearance for Farnsworth for the Atlanta Braves. Acquired from the Royals at the end of July. Second go round with Atlanta for Farnsworth. Delwyn Young's third at bat. 0-1 count. A ball and a strike.
One time Farnsworth, one of the harder throwers in the National League. Back in his Cub days.
Foul out of play, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Delwyn Young. Young, Cedeno in the pitcher spot. Pass swing, foul ball. Young still in the hole, 1 and 2. He lined out to right center field in the second, fly to left his last at bat. One ball, 2 strikes. Pirates leading 3-1. Farnsworth gets Delwyn Young.
Wouldn't mind getting a little insurance there. See how nerve-wracking it can become with just that 2-run lead. This last inning, they were only a base hit away from tying it up when they had the bases loaded at the end of that inning with one of the better hitters in the league, Prado, up. Kind of a bullet to dodge. Another run or 2 would be fine.
Bounced. Should be easy for Gonzalez. 2 outs. It is a 3-1 lead for the Pirates as the Bucks bat in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 outs. As Delwyn Young strikes out, Ronnie Cedeno bounces to short. John Bowker will pinch hit for Chris Resop. Bowker, the starting right fielder for the Giants opening day. Pirates traded for him. Sent Javier Lopez to San Francisco. Bowker takes ball 1.
And they're going to want, more RBIs, more run production out of that corner outfield spot next season. Bowker will be in consideration for that job. We were talking earlier about Doman. How is he going to fit in? Is he going to become an everyday outfielder or still a part-timer?
1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Bowker does this one well, but well short of even the warning track. And Farnsworth has a 1-2-3 bottom of the 7th inning here at PNC Park on a Labor Day. The Pirates lead it 3-1 after 7. Don't forget the AGH Sports Medicine Pirates postgame coming up with highlights and analysis. Paul Alexander, Kent DeColby will have highlights and analysis. 15,330 the paid attendance. Evan Meek returns.
Thank goodness. Evan is a big part of that bullpen at backside when we have a lead. He has been excellent all year long, and thank goodness that he is back at all after that very scary moment when he got hit with that line drive.
That was a week ago yesterday. Yeah, Ryan Braun in Milwaukee a week ago yesterday. He got the first 2 outs in the 8th inning of that game, and then Braun hit that line drive, hit the back of his hand. He was quite frightened, understandably so. That was a real long-term injury.
Evan's not used to having that many days off.
Yeah,
should be strong this afternoon.
It's 2-1 right now on Derek Lee, leading off the 8th inning with the Pirates up 3-1. Now the count goes to 3 balls and a strike on Lee. Rhysop 1 scoreless inning, walks a couple, gives up a hit and strikes out a man. The 3-1 pitch, strike. 3-2 on Derek Lee. Lee went 2 for 3 against Brian Burris, who was 6 outs away from getting the W. 3-2 pitch. Hit a long way, but it is foul. Count stays 3-2 on Lee. 1 for 7 with a walk in his career against Meek. And he walked him. Leadoff free pass in the top half of the 8th inning. Pirates kick off the final homestand of the 2010 schedule against the Diamondbacks. Friday, September 17th at 7:05. All fans get a Roberto Clemente bronze bust, courtesy of Pirates.com. That replica statue of Clemente. Jose Tabata loves it. Big Clemente fan. He says, yep, come on out. It's collectible must-have for all Pirates fans, young and old alike. Go to Pirates.com for tickets. That's Friday, September 17th at 7:05. All fans get one of those Roberto Clemente bronze busts, courtesy of Pirates.com. Now Matt Diaz takes ball 1, and Doman goes to visit Meek.
That's another thing that can happen with a week off, besides the fact that you might be kind of strong, but you might not have your best control. You're used to getting out there a couple of times a week for 6 months. But Super Meek will find a way.
Always seems to. One ball, one strike.
That fastball not up to its normal velocity. 91. Meek pretty much all year keeps that heater in the 94 to 97 range, right in there.
Lee has attempted 4 steals, caught 3 times this season. Matt Diaz with 2 of the Braves' 6 hits this afternoon. Meek falls behind 2-1 on Diaz. There's a strike to even things up.
It's an important strike to get. Stay out of those hitters' counts when they're the tying run late. Try to keep guessing a little bit. Take the aggressiveness out of their swing.
Bounce toward third. There's one, and they will not get two. Alvarez not real quick to get it to Walker, and then the throw high.
He had to go all the way to the chalk line to get that chopper. How high that bounce is, not quite to the chalk line. Definitely had to move to his right. You don't want to have to do that when you're going for a double play. Walker going up the ladder to get that and able to hold his foot on the bag. And Lee putting him on the ground.
Alex Gonzalez now. Big cut and a foul ball.
That was an aggressive swing. Boy, he kind of stepped in the bucket a little bit. Watch his front foot. Oh, there's what I saw. See how it just slipped out from under him? He had already taken his swing. That was an old-fashioned hack there. That was a weight on the back leg and squishing the bug. Spin the wind. Guys don't hit like that anymore. Very much out of fashion, that type of swing.
Well, now making seemingly in total control 0-2. He's got Gonzalez all messed up.
This is where you want him. Now he's got to really be defensive. He's just thinking about contact. Probably trying to hit the ball to right field.
Now 96. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's what we want to see.
Would ask for the slider before. Meek went with a fastball. See what they go with here.
Slide piece.
Check swing, roller. How about that?
Gonzalez didn't fall down like Prado did or stumble around. There was no play. Well, it's better that it happened now than a while ago with the bases loaded. It's the same play. They got out of the box a lot quicker. There it is again, the slider. Look at the spin, taking the ball down. Barely got a piece, but he's not falling backwards. It's a much better jump out of the box.
Brian McCann is pinch hitting for David Ross. John Russell had Will Ledesma up there in that bullpen.
I think he got double barrel action going in the pen, right and left.
Wondered if he had Ledesma up there in case they did use McCann. He's going to stay with Meek here. Ball 1.
Chandler Park, the right-hander that's throwing.
$20 homers, 72 RBIs for McCann. Meek falls behind, 2-0. High heat, 2-1.
There it is, right by him. Definitely up out of the strike zone. When you're a power pitcher, you love it when they chase upstairs.
And it's out of play, 2-2. A couple of all-stars here battling it out. Evan Meek against Brian McCann, who was the MVP of the All-Star game this summer. Meek looking to bounce back from that injury we talked about a week ago yesterday in Milwaukee. He went down. He really thought that hand was broken. Thankfully, it turned out to be just a bruise. Bounce to the right side, and McCann, a very slow runner, but because of the drop by Walker, they won't have a chance to get two.
One of the slowest runners there is in the game. That was definitely a double play opportunity. Even though Walker had to move quite a few steps to his left, he's still going to get two if you can get that ball to Cedeno.
It really didn't have to be in a hurry at all. Just get that ball to Cedeno and you get an easy double play. And now Nate McLouth bats with runners at second and third. And a base hit could tie it. Wouldn't he love that? McLouth 1 for 3 in this one. Diaz and Gonzalez, the runners. Broken bat bouncer to first. Jones has it to Meek, who strands two. 3-1. The Bucks still lead it, heading to the bottom of the 8th at PNC Park. Your Western Pennsylvania Toyota dealers. Tomorrow and Wednesday nights, Pirates are concluding the homestand against the Atlanta Braves. 6:30 airtime with the Trib Total Media Pirates pregame. Then on the road to Cincinnati and New York against the Reds and the Mets. Friday night, first of 3 with Cincy. The Reds are leading the National League Central by 7 games over the Cardinals. Brian McCann remains in the game to catch. And the new pitcher is Peter Moylan.
Yeah, that big series between the Reds and the Cardinals. The Cardinals really didn't get much closer, but they at least were able to stay alive and stay in the hunt. They would have loved to have swept the Reds like they did in Cincinnati last month. Taking a couple of them was better than nothing.
McCutcheon 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Brings up Tabata. Tabata led off the 6th inning with a base hit up the middle off Tommy Hansen. Then Neil Walker homered to break the 1-1 tie in the 6th.
That's the difference in Tabata. Remember where that pitch was? Breaking ball down and off the plate away by 2 or 3 inches at least, maybe even more. And he still found a way to bang it up the middle for a hit, get on base, set that table.
Three on the put out. Moylan gets the first 2 men on ground balls. Dribbler off the bat of Tabata. Walker riding a 12-game hitting streak into this at bat.
Outside corner pitch. Ended up dead center.
Homers, 51 RBIs. The Braves will have a pinch hitter due up in the top of the 9th, and then Infante and Hayward, the top of their order. Joel Hanrahan loosens up in the bullpen. Easy inning for Peter Moylan. Now it's up to Joel Hanrahan to try and close it out, get the win to Brian Burris. 3-1 Bucks. Treatment on our right quad today. Status is day-to-day for the Cubs. Jose Reyes took batting practice for the Mets. Could return this week. Alberto Mendez in his major league debut against the Phillies in game 1 of their doubleheader. 6 innings of 1-hit shutout ball. And the Marlins have won that game 7-1, the first of the twin bill. Danny Espinosa, 3 for 4, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. The Nationals leading the Mets 13-3. And we only saw Espinosa briefly in that series over the weekend for the Washington Nationals, but looks like he could be an impressive young player.
Yeah, just a September call-up.
Yeah.
Hanrahan's numbers on the year. If you want to say impressive, look at those. 83 strikeouts, just 18 walks. That's impressive. try to nail down the save.
Face former Pirate Eric Hinsky. Signed as a free agent this winter. Traded from the Pirates to the Yankees last summer. Two of his 10 home runs off the bench. Didn't miss by much, 2-0. Two and one on Hinsky. Again, didn't miss by much. Hanrahan can't believe it. There's Jim Joyce umpiring part of this crew. First time we've seen him since that controversy in Detroit. Armando Galarraga, a near no-hitter. Jim Joyce had controversial call at first. Hinsky pulls his foul. Oh, what a great job Jim Joyce, Galarraga did. A great moment for baseball.
Yeah, really defused the situation, didn't it?
Sure did.
It was a huge story for 24 hours. And the way that those two handled themselves, that became the story.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Total class and professionalism. 3-2 count. Stays full on Hinsky. Braves bench yelling, "Come on, Hintz." You got the Pirates bench yelling, "Come on, Hanny." Hintz and Hanny. Another foul ball.
A nice pickup down the line. The defense down the lines has really been good this year. Ball girls have done a
They sure
great
have.
job.
Local colleges, softball players.
Pretty much catch everything.
And Hanrahan will win that battle.
Very good.
One out in the top of the ninth. Hanrahan aiming for his fourth save. Strike one. Infante 0 for 3 with a walk. Pirates are looking for their 110th win on Labor Day. Since 1900, no other team in baseball has won more games than the Pirates franchise on this holiday. By contrast, the Braves franchise is 71-86. The Pirates 109-73. Grounded to Walker. Appropriate. The Pirates trying to win it in workmanlike fashion today. So Neil Walker get that ground ball. Don't forget, still have an opportunity now to pick up your own personalized Maz leaf over by the statue. Additional leaves available at $150 or the larger $500 price. To reserve your spot, 1-877-MAZ-1960. 1-877-MAZ-1960. Do it quickly. We're told that those phone lines were quite busy yesterday. 1-877-1960. We love Maz. We love a win. Hanrahan gets strike one on Jason Hayward. And 0-2.
Everybody up, clapping on their feet. Waiting for Hanrahan's last pitch.
Gonna have to throw at least another. Hayward keeps the Braves alive. They have had some dramatic come from behind victories this season. And with that hit, Hayward will help bring the tying run to the plate.
He took the spin off that ball, didn't he?
Sure did. Prado backs away and takes ball one. Martin Prado 0 for 4. His first 3 at-bats against Brian Burris, who's an out away from getting his third win, 6 decisions. And this could do it, and it will do it. You can raise the Jolly Roger as the Pirates defeat the first place club in the National League East, the Atlanta Braves.
Now, this is definitely one of the things that you like to do when your season has not gone well. When a team comes in that's really struggling to get to the postseason, they're in a fight, they're in a battle, you want to play a little spoiler action. Able to do that again, and I'll tell you, Brian Burris, he's the man. He did a great job starting. Got out of that little trouble in the second inning and then just cruised on. Bullpen took it from there. Hanrahan with the save.
Quite a shot in the arm there for Brian Burris. What he did today, the 6 innings, and of course Neil Walker breaking the tie with the 2-run homer, his 10th of the year, extending his hitting streak to 13 straight games. A well-played game for the Buccos in defeating the Atlanta Braves 3-1 in 2 hours and 42 minutes. Next broadcast of Pirates baseball on FSN Pittsburgh tomorrow night. Game 2 of the 3-game series against Bobby Cox's Atlanta Braves. James McDonald, J-Mac, will go for the Bucks against Tim Hudson. Coverage begins with a trip to the Media Pirates pregame starting at 6:30. Tim Nevert, Steve Blass bringing the call at 7. Final score on this Labor Day, 3-1. Buccos defeat the Bravos. For Bob Walk and our entire FSN crew, Greg Brown saying thanks for watching. Stay tuned. The AGH Sports Medicine Pirates postgame comes up right after the break. Buccos win it 3-1.